Hi everyone. Thought I'd do probably a short video, but then you know me. It might not be short. Sorry, my camera's a little crooked. There we go. I was working on adding some of these little die cuts, right? I have this leftover card stock. I don't know. I think I got it at Joann's. It's a good weight, not super thick though. I was thinking of paper and then I thought, nah, it's probably not going to be enough. So anyway, I have this die and I think it's memory box die. So I added this belly band here, but it's a little boring. So I thought, well, I'll cut this out and then maybe cut pieces and out of this, but I wanted to show you how I sort of work my dies when they're intricate like that. I use a toothbrush, and this die's a little bent. Yeah, it's falling out just bending it. So you just swirl it around the back, and generally will pop out the little pieces. And I like using this too for ones that are a little bit hard to pull out. If you push at the back, with your toothbrush, you get a corner that'll lift. And if you can do it in a couple spots, then when you go to pull your die out, you're not going to tear it. Now this won't tear terribly easy because it's a little heavier weight, but some of those dies are real tricky, right? So I use this, and that way, I've used the pokey tool, but sometimes you pierce your paper, and yeah, I don't like that. Whereas this won't do that. And so you see, I don't know if you can see that, but it did lift it. See? And so then I just pop it right out. This one's actually not that difficult to die. It's pretty good. But I wanted to show you typically how I take my dies out. And what I want to do with this, I think, I want to cut it apart. And I am going to add it in spots. Oh, so, hello. I am working on my, what is this called? What did I call it? Softly Steampunk. I did add a small kit. Add-on kit in the store. I didn't film it because I thought, oh well, I'll just show it while I'm working. So here's a few pieces. So I did some tags. I'll just flip this over so you can actually see the tags better on white. Oh, I don't have white. Hang on. Let me find something that's all white. This is. So there's 3. Now these are the medium-sized tags, so you can see the difference. I think they're the mediums. Maybe they're the large. No, they are the mediums. So there's your large, your medium, your small, and then I did mini tag. I love mini tags. They're so much fun. Okay, so here's the mini tags. So there's 8. Yeah, and I've already printed everything, so I was going to cut them all out, and I thought, well, it's just easier to show you on the paper. And then I did this one as well. Now, this is sort of a revamp from, I believe, one of the vintage stuff. Some of the images are the same, but I altered them a little bit. So this one's completely different. This one I changed, although I didn't make it any steampunk of any kind. I thought, well, it's kind of nice to have a little bit of a variety as well. I changed her into steampunk and I added some light bulbs. I love these Edison bulbs. They're so cool. Now, these are in the steampunk kit. But, oops, hang on, I just shut my light off. There we go. It's one of those bases where you just touch it lightly and it'll change. And I guess I threw a piece of paper on it. So that's the size. So now we've got mini bingo cards. So there's the large and the medium and the small. And then stamps. I love stamps. There are 2 stamps in the kit. Here's one of them. I've cut it out. Oh, here's the other one. So this one I've already cut. Now, what I use is this McGill. It's a 1/8 punch. And I just, you know, eyeball it so that you can get about halfway down your punch and then give it a squeeze, like so. Line that up. And then take that off. And then it's easier than using scissors, let me tell you. It's still a little time consuming, but I like the look. And anyway, that's what I'm working on there. So these are the add-ons. They are in the store, so you can go check those out. Now that I've shown you these, I can put those back in that pile. And then, yay, I get to cut more stuff out. You guys know how much I love cutting things out. Okay, so let's continue with this page. And cut this out. I'm going to move this though because I don't want to get stuff on it. Now I think what I'll do is I will cut two there. Ooh, idea just popped in my head. Da da da. Yeah, I just might do that. That's so funny. Anyway, this is how my brain works, you guys. It's kind of all over the map. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a nice weekend. We went last night to a little congregation gathering, and it had an aloha theme, which I thought was hilarious since I just got back from Hawaii. So of course I had to wear all my Hawaii stuff. But I tell you, some of the people were dressed up, and it's so funny. This one guy, nice looking man from Australia, and him and his wife, they really got into it. She had the cutest t-shirt, and she had all these spam labels stuck to the front of the t-shirt, which I thought was super funny, because if you know anything about Hawaii and Hawaiians, they're really into their spam. That's since the Second World War. So yeah, there you'll find a lot of cooking spam. So if you're a lover of spam, I actually like it. My husband hates it, but I like spam. I don't know why I do, but I do. The sad thing is, I mean, they're probably the only state in the United States that is so into spam, and yet it's cheaper to buy spam here than it is there, which is kind of bizarre. But anyway, we had this fun night. It was like a potluck dinner, and they had dancing and everything. My husband does not dance, but I didn't care. I got out there and danced anyway, because that's just how I roll. And we had fun. We had really a lot of fun. So I don't get out much anymore, you know. I don't know if that's an age thing, you know, just kind of happens, or what. I don't know. But yeah. And okay, update you on my reno situation. I think I told you guys that my husband was trying to put the door in with my brother, and yeah, didn't go in properly. Apparently it's manufacturer's problem. So right now we're just waiting for the part to come. I might have already told you this. But you know, we've had such pretty days, and it's really hard walking in my kitchen and it's dark all day long, because I've got this big tarp covering the whole door, as well as the whole back of the house, really, because my husband doesn't want, you know, when it rains, because we've got the siding off the house. So he doesn't want any water damage, which of course I understand. Right now we're just playing a hurry up and wait game, and I hope that we can get started on the deck next week, because I really would like to have some people over for barbecue and nice glass of wine on the patio. Yeah, would be very nice. Anyway, that was my weekend. My husband started putting together my lounge chairs came. I tell you, Wayfair's awesome for Canadians. Free shipping, free returns in Canadian dollars, and pretty good deals. Not always, I have to say, not always, but for the most part, yeah, I bought quite a few things from Wayfair. Oh, I don't know if I updated you. I know I updated you that I lost the 6.5 pounds on my trip, but I didn't tell you the total, so I'm down 29 pounds. And I'm pretty excited about that. I hope that light's okay. It doesn't look all that great to me. It's not raining, but it's yeah, cloud cover. So I'm getting a bit of weak light, and sometimes the supplemental lighting isn't the best coloring, but hopefully it will be okay. Anyway, so now what I want to do is figure out the size I want on there. And I don't want the matchy, so I might do a big one and a medium one. Yeah, so let's get these. I'm going to emboss them and make them a mix, I think. That should be fun. So, get my embossing powder out. So there's my gold. It's probably just easier if I pull out my tray. Okay, I need that. And let's see. I thought I had one mixed already. It might not be in that. It might be somewhere else. What's this one? No, that's gold. And that. Oh, this one is actually called Gears. I had mixed it up quite a while ago for another steampunk project, but I think I'm going to add some more gold to it. It's a bit dark. So I'm going to, yeah, let's do it this way, because I'm super sloppy. Okay. There was a lot of black in this one originally. There's still a lot of black in there, but I'll give it a whirl, see what it looks like. I don't want it, you know, too grungy because it is more of a feminine feel. So I don't want it all dark and goth kind of look to it. Okay, let's try that. If it doesn't work, I can always, I've got more. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. I don't want to get this all over my fingers, so I'm going to do it like that. And I need my tweezers. And I need my paper. Nope, wrong one. So my elbow that I was telling you about is feeling better. It's still very tender. Okay, it's going to get loud. it's kind of a nice coppery color. Now, you know, if you do stuff like this and you're not like 100% on board with that, you can add a little bit more to it. You can't go too many layers or it will crack. If you want that look, then that's cool too. But I don't want it to crack, so it's not really, it's cooled off, so it's not really going to stick too much, so just add a touch of gold there. Ooh, that's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Try a little bit more gold. That's good. Okay, get off. What I like is every time you do stuff like this, it's different every single time. And that's neat to me. I like that. Okay, let's see where we're at. Yeah, that's kind of nice. It's pretty. Okay, let's do the bigger one. And I think what I'm going to do add a little bit more gold. This one I think I was going to do. Where's my paper towel? You're probably wondering why I'm doing this. So I don't want to put a bunch of glue on the back of this, because it'll pick up the embossing powder and I don't want that. Okay. Okay. See what that does. That's cool. Ah, I just blew embossing powder all over my desk. Told you I was sloppy. Okay, now this one I wanted here, and that one I want there. Okay. Hang on, I've got to put this away, or I'll end up knocking it over. That's kind of neat. Now, do I want to go up, down, or center? Maybe slightly off. Cute as that, right? See if I did this right. Yeah, I did. So that's another thing I've started doing, which I never used to do, and then I found sometimes I was disappointed in how my tags or postcards or whatever went in. So what I'll do is I will take, where did I do the other? Well, let's use this for an example. Say this is your belly band, and you want to glue it on, and you want it for a specific tag or postcard. Then what I do is I, eyeball it, give it just barely any room. That way they don't fall out so easily, and you don't have to put anything on the bottom to sort of catch it, unless you want to. But yeah, that's what I was finding. Some of the things weren't sticking in the book as well as I like. And then I'd have to try and maneuver the page so I could get more glue underneath. And so that's just a little tip for you if you've been experiencing anything like that. So I have a pocket that I want to put in somewhere. And I also have these. Now I'm not sure I want to glue it on a page or use it as a tuck. I also have this, it's almost too bad that I covered it already, because I would have liked to have colored that. Might have been neat. Yeah, I might just put that on something that's quite patterned. But anyway, I have this. Oh, and I bought a tab punch thing. Michael's had the Martha Stewart on sale. Well, actually clearance. This thing. So you can do a left punch and a right punch and a center punch. Anyways, do I love it? It's okay. But when I was just playing, this is just a scrap, but I thought, wouldn't it be cute to just layer it, put this on top, and then you've got a little journaling spot, and, fold it down, and then you've got a writing spot, right? So you can put one of those letters, or where did I put those word things? Somewhere in my mess on my desk. I don't know. Oh, here. No, that's not. Those are butterflies. Oh, here they are. Yeah, these are way too big. I do have smaller words, but if I put a small word here, just like your tab on your tab, might be cute. Some of these I want to use for letterheads, like page, something like that. I think that would just dress it up enough. Doesn't take up too much space on your, on your page. Typically, when I'm working on a page, I'll get the signature done, pretty much done. And then I decide, I guess I didn't show that properly. Sorry, I wasn't looking up. So I figured I'd do it like that throughout the signature. But like I said, typically I get the signatures placed in where I want things before and then I'll go back and put in words and stuff where I feel like it needs a little something, but you don't want to cover up too much of your journaling. Oh, I was going to show you this. Yeah, that's not a corner punch. I'll show you how I did it. let me get the punch. Where did I put you? Nope. Oh, here it is. So this is the Martha Stewart edge punch. So I did this edge punch on this page, and I really liked, I just was fooling around, which I'll get a page and show you. I was just fooling around with it on scrap, and thought I would use that as the corner. So I've done this with other straight edge. Not every straight edge will work. It really depends on the pattern. So for this, I'm just going to telephoto in temporarily so you can actually see what I'm doing. Oh, it's wrong way, this way. Okay, so try and hold this up right, because I've been watching my videos and I tend to do this and then you can't see everything. Okay, let me get it set up for my eyes because I can't see it when I'm looking that way. I won't punch it all the way through, but okay, so now, whoop, there you go. You see how I've lined the corner right in the center of this pattern. And it's not going to be perfect, but give it a squeeze. And then you got this really pretty, oh gee Cheryl, there, really pretty corner, and it's different, right? I didn't try doing it with, see if you look at this pattern here is like an X, and then in between the two X's you've got the circles, right? So it's a cool illusion. Like, I love the illusion, but if you look here, it's an X. If you look here, it's a circle, and then beside it's an X. I never tried the X. Let's try that, see what it looks like. Probably not going to work as well. I wouldn't think. Yeah, see, it takes out the, that makes it too weak for me, you know. I think that would tear too easy. So, anyway, that's how I did that. So it's another way to use, you know, use your straight edges in different ways. I wonder if this would work. I love this punch. Really love this punch as an edge punch. But it's got a pretty peak. So, let's see. Might not do too much, but nah, I don't like that. That's why I punch things out. Oops, sorry. Widen out. Because now I'm forgetting. Yeah, I don't care for that too much. It's funny. But that's why you punch them out. So play with your straight edge punches and see what you come up with. You might be surprised. Okay. I haven't decided where I want to put a pocket. See, stuff like this, when I do plain pages like this, I do not wish to cover up my journaling. That's, you know, to me, a journal is a journal. It's, you want to write in it. You want to have spots to write. So I don't like to put a whole bunch of stuff on my pages unless I'm adding, say I do, say I add something like this. Well, when you fold it down, you still have journaling. So you really haven't eliminated your page as a journal page. You've just altered your page as a journal page. But something like this, yeah, not so much, you know? And now, of course, that I've punched all the edges, I'm not sure I'm going to like that. So, I might add it to the flap. Now, these I put in here because I am going to put flaps. This is my flaps. Okay. Now, when I do stuff like this and I want it on the edge, I'll get it all glued and then I'll go back and I'll just corner round it, if it's corner rounded, just to make it match. I probably will do this, however, I'm not doing it now because I might want to do something behind it before I put something on the front of it. So I'll just leave that there for now. This page, I really didn't care if I covered it up. It's my least favorite page. I don't know. I meant it as a journaling page. It is a journaling page, but yeah, I don't know. But I'm adding a large tag, which you can journal on. This one's done with aluminum foil. It feels cool. Anyway, did that a while ago. So now we're looking at, I wanted to put this in here somewhere, but I'm not sure how fat it's going to be. Sometimes when you've got stuff like this, position is important. If your signature starts to get pretty thick and you put this, which is fairly thick, at the front, it's not, your signature is going to bow funny. So thick things like this, I tend to put closer to the center. Like I will probably put it here, like so. But I do want to add her to it, and then I have a tuck spot because I'm just going to glue it down the side and along the bottom. And then I'll have a tuck spot here for the mini tags, which I plan on cutting out. I actually have a bunch of dies that are kind of steampunky, and one of them is glasses, so I'm going to cut some glasses out and see. But this is cute. I do like that. But it covers up her pretty face, so we'll see. I might use it somewhere else as glasses. And in here, I think I want to add even more, because you can't really journal over top of, I could do, what's it called? Gesso on here, which I might do, because then if I add another layer of paper, I'm making it even thicker. So if I do the gesso on here, it'll fade that out enough, and you can write on gesso. And then it'll look nice and grungy too. You can change the color of your gesso as well. If you don't want white and you want a cream, which I've done, just add some paint. And yeah, you get a nice spot. Because if I put the white gesso on that, it just, to me, ruins the whole theme, which is kind of a feminine grunge, right? So I'll do that. I'll mix them up and cover that in gesso. And I honestly don't have any clue what else. I missed this page for inking. I still have to ink that. And then this is what I do. I lay everything out in my signature. And then when I've completed a page, I will add all the ephemera in it so that I can tell how fat it's going to be. If it's getting ridiculous, then I'll, cut back on something and, take it out. At this point, I want a 6-page two signature journal, but if it gets really nutso, because it is 12, I can divide it into 4 with your extra pages in between that, and then have a 3 signature. I might end up having to do that. Really depends on once I get going and how much stuff I end up putting in there, because I'm going to have these going in there, but these are going to go on the front and back covers. Actually, I might only do one because I did hinge it. They're both on the same side. Yeah, because the envelope opens to the right. Well, I could still put it on the back. Put it like that. On the edge, this would be the edge. Flip this way so you can access stuff here. And in the front, this way, same deal. I really love these, and I've been wanting to use them for quite a while now. So anyway, that's all I got for you today, you guys. I know it's not terribly exciting, and I'll probably end up with quite a few thumbs downs. I've been collecting them. It's really quite entertaining. But I have my loyal followers, so it's all good. Anyway, I hope the week works nicely for you. You have some fun things planned, or your work schedule is great, and you have a good week at work. I'm going to be busy working on this book. So we'll talk soon. Bye.